So,
How come I can't put Lazar up there? Oh, there he is.
because we
Hey
made
guys.
it.
Hey, because we were both doing it.
Yeah.
Bam, we're live. Hey,
Hey.
good morning. Nice shirt, Caleb. Hey, Lazar, am I saying your name right?
No.
Fuck, I knew it. Tell me.
Lazar.
Lazar.
Yeah.
How come? It's like when people
Every
say.
time. Every
It's
time.
like when people say Sevan or Sevan.
Yeah, which one is right?
Sevan.
Okay. Okay.
But
Sevan.
I'm so used to. I don't ever correct anyone. Do you still correct people?
No.
Yeah, you're just like, oh fuck it. I've had friends for like years, and then they're like, "Oh my god, your name is Sevan, not Savan." I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Why didn't you correct me?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't
The
have
same
time to
thing.
correct everyone."
The same thing happened to Nikola Jokic. You
Yeah.
know, the NBA MVP.
Uh-huh.
So everybody in the US calls him Nikola, and his name is Nikola. So he got the same question asked, and he's like, I don't even bother anymore. So
Yeah.
same here.
You just finally okay. And so say your full name for me.
Lazar Đukić.
Lazar Đukić. And
Yes.
that D is pronounced like I always pronounce it like a J. Đukić.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Lazar Đukić. Hey,
Perfect.
thanks for doing this, man.
Of course. Thank you guys for calling me.
Where are you?
Serbia.
Oh, your countryman's playing
Serbia
right now. Yeah, he's playing right now. Would you watch tennis?
Yes, actually, my brother has friends downstairs, and they're watching Novak.
Yeah, what a great dude. Is he a hero in that country? In your country?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like the biggest sports star there is?
Yes, the biggest one for sure.
Hey, when he didn't want to take the injection, did that hurt his stock or did that help him? Did that hurt him or help him? Yeah.
In Serbia, it helped him, but
oh, good. That makes me happy.
With the outside world, like they didn't really support it.
Oh, I support it. Over here, us Californians support it. Well, one of us. Oh shit. Oh shit.
2-0.
Here we go. What?
In the second one.
Oh, but he won the first 6-1. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, so he's kicking ass.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Where is that game?
London. It's Wimbledon.
How come do you know much about tennis? If it's Wimbledon, why are they calling it? I just saw the previews for it yesterday when I was watching the UFC, and they kept calling it the gentleman's match. Is that what they call Wimbledon?
Well, they call it a white sport, but maybe because like only the high class can enter that stadium. Like the ticket, the basic ticket is £12,000, which is like $15,000.
And it's the finals that are going on now?
Yeah.
You thought I was going to ask you about CrossFit, and here I'm testing your tennis knowledge?
It's okay.
Hey, congratulations on winning the European semifinals. Kind of crazy, right?
Oh, a bit late. I'm completely over that in my mind. Like I even forgot about it. But thank you,
dude. It's kind of amazing. It's your victory there feels like it's the like that there's a new era.
Oh, I hope so, definitely.
And when you say you're over it, tell me, is it because it's not important to you? It's winning the games is important to you?
Well, it definitely was important at that time. Like at that time, that was the goal, to win the semifinals. Because for me, mental side of semifinals is a big part of my preparation for the games. So let's say if I place like 9th, 8th, 7th, or whatever, like I wouldn't be as tough in my head to like go into the preparation for the games, because I knew already like 10 guys beat me there. So what should I expect at the games,
Okay. How did you feel going into semifinals? Were you 100%?
Yes, I felt very good, very healthy in my mind, healthy in the body. So felt very prepared, and I didn't feel that good in a long time.
Awesome. You had there were a series of events that were kind of weird for you, right?
Yeah.
Did it start with the bike coming in, and then the stair climb in Dubai, and then there was one other weird event, right? That something happened.
So yeah, like games, I don't count it as a failure. Last year was still a success for me because my main goal was to improve on my first year, my rookie year, and I did that by one spot, but I still did it, even though I had a lot of ups and downs during the games. It still was a success for me. And then I won Madrid, which was like continuation of good performances for me. And then Rogue came, and like the rough patch started basically, and I sprained my ankle in the
Oh,
Rogue
that's right, on the run. That was event
and,
1, correct?
Yes, event 1. And then Dubai, I almost died in that Burj Khalifa event. So yeah.
What happened there? What happened there?
Oh, like to be honest, it was my fault basically because I didn't really hydrate before it properly and didn't really fuel myself as I should. They told us like you're not gonna receive any water or any like supplements or anything when you're inside the building, and it was basically sauna for 40 minutes. And I flew to Dubai like 2 days before, and I just didn't really prepare myself for that kind of temperature, and it just felt very bad on the body. And also like I wanted to be a good son because my parents were coming to watch me after a long time, and like day before I took them to the mall, and I probably picked up some virus there because I didn't really feel like myself in that competition, and that just like started in Burj Khalifa, and then it just continued through the whole competition. And after the competition, as soon the competition was over, it was probably like the brain like not letting me get sick during the competition. As soon as the competition was finished, I immediately went to the bed with highest temperature in my life. I thought I was going to die. Like it was probably the worst experience at the competition in my career until now.
After, when you say you went to your bed and you experienced that fever, was it after that event or after the entire competition?
After the entire competition, I was just like.
Were you unable to fly home?
Yes, my parents and brother, I told them to leave because Anya was staying with me for another day. So they left, and I stayed just like 1 or 2 days more until I can recover because I couldn't really travel home like that.
Just under the sheets, just sweating like a
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, that's
And then like I thought
I kind of like that. I like this story.
I think yeah, I think it happened actually like during the competition, and it just like hit me after the competition was over because I can like I felt like I was giving my 100%, like 150%, and it just wasn't good enough. I finished 12th in that competition, which was like big hit for me. Like I expected to win, dominantly to win, and I didn't. I placed very badly. So yeah.
Let's talk about running up that building. So it's the tallest building in the world. You're at the bottom. Do you get to go into the stairwell prior to the event to assess it at all?
No.
Okay.
They just like we went one by one in 2-minute windows, and yeah, you're just completely alone, and it was scary for sure.
And were you guys wearing a vest or anything?
Yeah, we were wearing a vest,
And
which also like didn't help with cooling down. So
how heavy was that?
20 pounds, 10 kilos.
So they say go, and you
Mhm.
hit the first stairs, and
Yes.
is your immediate thought is, wow, it's really hot in here?
No, like the thing is, it got hotter as you went up, so it didn't really help. because like the cold air stays down, right?
Right,
And then
right.
the hot one, the more you climb, the worse it got. So yeah, it was hard to say the least.
Let me ask you a silly question. I assume at every floor there's a doorway, but all the doors are already propped open, and you can run through them.
No, so like there's no doors. There's a door every like 5 flats.
Okay.
And like they're all closed, and every like 10 flats there's a person, but you're not going through like any doors. Like there is segments of the building where like from floor number like 1 or 0 to like 50, and then from 50 to like 75, and then from 75 in those like segments, between those segments, you leave the staircase and go to the other one, but it's all only like 10 meters, so it's basically like just going up like a spiral.
Yeah. And when we saw, there was a camera waiting for you at the top of the stairs, and when we saw you at the bottom, you were on all 4.
Yes.
At what flight did that happen?
Probably like 5 until the end. So like basically 155, because there's 160.
Okay, and each floor is a couple flights of stairs?
Each floor is like there and back.
So you went up 10 flights of stairs.
Yes.
And when you went down like that, do you remember what you were thinking? Were you like, uh-oh, this isn't right. Something's not right here.
No. I don't remember I don't remember anything. I don't remember that. I remember that seeing that on your podcast, but I don't remember like anything I don't remember that. Like.
So you don't remember finishing the race?
No.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
And then we saw glimpses of you with some cell phone footage of you on a stretcher. How did they get you down? Someone carried you?
Well, it was very, very it was very weird, because upstairs there was nothing. So there was no water, there was no electrolytes, there was no snacks, nothing completely, and not even a medical or anything. So when I fell down, everybody was like, "Oh, it's okay, like you just went too hard." But then I didn't get any better in the next 5 minutes, and then they called an ambulance, and then like I think they gave me an infusion, or how it's called, like the one that goes into the vein, and it started getting better. But then they took me on a stretcher to some climatized room, and I stayed there. They didn't want to bring me down because like of, I don't know, pressure or something. So I was there, and the things that were going through my mind, oh man, like at one point I asked the doctor, am I going to die?
No.
He's like, no, you're fine. Like, but I was feeling like I was going to die. I was thinking it's going to have an effect on me, like not just for that moment, like for the rest of my life, which was
like
very
you had a
scary.
like you were having a stroke or something, like something.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Holy shit! You're
I wasn't even thinking about continuing my career. I was like, my career is over after this. So like, I was thinking about like going back to college and stuff. So it was very.
Wow, crazy. So it was crazy intense. And was your heart racing? Could you hear? Why did you think that? What were you feeling that was so severe?
My heart rate was 185 for 30 minutes after the race.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I guess eventually, so they gave you an IV, and then I'm guessing eventually they gave you a ton of water to drink too.
Yeah. And I came back home after that. I ate and I puked immediately.
All the food you ate just came right back up.
And I just didn't eat anything during that competition. And it was just terrible experience.
Wow, crazy. When did you realize that was there another event that day, or was it the next day?
Next day.
When did you realize, oh shit, I'm going to go on? Well,
I woke up and my dad told me, you're not a quitter, you're continuing. So,
no shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I did. And I won the event actually. So like, I won the event, but as it progressed, it got worse. So like I was just giving my all, and I couldn't really do anything. So yeah, that was weird.
What was the second event?
Second event after the run was clean event, where I PR'd actually 162.5 kilos, and then event after that was like a dual type of event, where it cuts the field. So sprints, basically echo bike and rope climb and sprint to the finish line. And the field got smaller and smaller and smaller, and I won that event. And I was like, okay, I'm good. Like I'm coming back. And then like next event just destroyed me completely again. So yeah, weird competition.
Lazar, did you feel like shit in the third event?
Yes.
Okay. How about in the second event you won? Did you feel like shit there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it wasn't like you won the event, you're like, okay, everything's better. You knew that, like,
yeah, like when you finish the event and you can't celebrate, like your event win, you're not good.
Wow, what a trip. Were you surprised? Is you have that relationship with your father that he says to you, hey, you're not a quitter?
Yeah, like he had a big impact on our lives when we were kids. Like he raised us like soldiers. So like he would my mom was pregnant with Luca, and I was a kid, a 3-year-old kid, and he would go with me to the pool, and he would just throw me into the pool, and like
swim.
If he doesn't swim, we're having another.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
See, Dad said, "Don't be a little bitch."
Exactly.
Serbian tough love. Savage father. We need more of him like this in the United States. It's interesting. When you're done with that competition in Dubai, are you happy you finished? Like, are you like, or is any part of you like, that was stupid, I shouldn't have listened to my dad? Or are you like, wow, I'm a badass, I did it? Which one?
Exactly. I said like, that was stupid. I shouldn't listen to my dad about
really?
that. Like, yeah.
Because does your mom?
It could have like bigger impact on me, because like competing sick is very bad for your body. So like you're pushing yourself to the absolute max, and like you can't. So
you mean like you could have some catastrophic organ failure or something like that?
Probably, yeah. After that competition, I decided to check my blood picture, check my blood, and I went, and my ADHD, or I don't know what it's called, like some hormone, I don't think it's hormones. I think it's like I don't know, some stuff was through the roof, like 5 times more than normal person. Like it was connected to the liver. So yeah, like my liver couldn't really like do anything with the blood that was coming in, and like just like super weird thing. But yeah, we fixed it through, like, my nutritionist helped me a lot, and ALT, and mine was like super high.
I liked how you called it ADHD. That was awesome.
I don't know.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect for this show.
And it's I was talking to my nutritionist Mike from M2, and we set the plan how to fix it, and we fixed it. And basically at the start of the season, as the Open started, I was good to go. So like, good that I checked it.
Does your mom ever have to keep your dad in check? Does your mom ever come over to your dad? Like, have you ever seen your mom and dad get in a fight because your dad's pushing you too hard? No, never. She just sits there and chills.
So like, she would never like tell him not to do anything, but like, we had two complete opposites. So mom was super caring, nurturing, like she would not let anything happen to us, and dad was like, let them do the dangerous stuff, like let them
fight the alligators.
Yeah. So yeah, like two complete opposites, and I'm very grateful for that. Like I think we became good men, me and Luca.
Yeah, that's the only conflict my wife and I have is around the children. So it's it's around that same issue. You know, like how hard are you supposed to push them? How hard should you let them go?
let them do the dangerous stuff carefully. I heard that quote somewhere.
I like it. And then so you leave there, and there are some concerns about your blood. You get them fixed, and then was that your last competition before semifinals?
Yes. No. So I did the competition in February in Germany in a team with Karim Frey.
Okay. Yep.
And we were winning the event by a mile, and she didn't want to lose any event. And I'm like, Cara, chill. Like, we were leading by a minute. No, Lazar, pick up the dumbbell. Yeah, I was competing with Karim Frey in February, and then I did the Open, and yeah, it was like the perfect start for the season. For the season was that competition with Cara, and it was a super nice experience. And she helped me restore that mentality. Like, I want to win everything. So I am really grateful to her for that.
Okay, so you're appreciative of that. You're not complaining. You're appreciative of it.
No, it was very good.
Awesome. How do you choose someone like how did you choose that place to compete, and how do you choose who your partner is going to be? Same training coach?
So SuperFit is my equipment sponsor, and they are organizing the competition. And I know Cara is a good athlete, and we kind of so we are both like I don't want, it's not Slovenia, like we have like the same Slovenian blood, or I don't know how to say it. So like it was she lives close to me and close to that place, so I was just like, hey Cara, let's do it, and she was up for it. Yeah, easy money, why not?
Awesome. And how about those other people who are on the podium? Are any of them also games athletes or no?
So yeah, Bron Olympic, you can see him on the second place. Yeah.
Had you ever met him before?
Oh yeah, we are good friends. We know each other from 2017, I would say, at Amsterdam.
And you both speak English?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I think he's scheduled. I think that guy's scheduled to come on the show.
Oh, he's a fun guy. Yeah.
He is? Okay, good.
Guy.
And he's the one that's strong as a horse, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very strong. He did the kettlebell sport for a long time, like 1 hour of kettlebell swings or something. I don't know. So he has that like power and strength from that, I
think. Jake Chapman, please get am I gonna say your name right? Lazar. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Lazar.
Yeah.
Please get Lazar to say get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Oh, is that like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Arnold movie, yeah. Arnold movie. I don't know which
one. Are you still traveling to Paris? Or is Paris part of your life still?
It's not Paris, it's Strasbourg, where my girlfriend is studying, and yes, but she's finishing soon. Probably a couple of more months, and then we're gonna be in Serbia, like living here.
No shit. She's French?
No, she's Serbian, but she's studying her PhD in
Strasbourg. Okay. And what's the name of the city she's in? Strasbourg.
Strasbourg.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Austria.
France, but close to Germany.
Oh, okay. Because it sounds like a German name.
Yeah, it's Alsace territory, which was like before it was German, now it's French.
I didn't. Did you see the way I asked that? I didn't want to ask, are you still with the girlfriend? I just said, how's Paris? So that way, like, you know, but you're still together.
Yeah, she's the keeper.
Oh, she is a keeper.
Yeah.
Oh,
not letting her go. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. And any pushback from her about how hard you're pushing your body? Was she in Dubai, and did she freak out?
She was in Dubai, and she was the one telling me to like pull out.
Yeah.
And I didn't listen, and I should have. So she's mostly right. So yeah.
My wife told me that, and I didn't listen, and now we have 3 kids. Thank you. Do we have a drum roll for that? Do we have a... something. One of these buttons does something.
All were appropriate.
Oh, good. Thank you. Great question, Rambler. How do you know she's the right one?
Like just like we like like there are some laws on the first sight, and like our wasn't really on the first sight because we were friends at the beginning.
Yeah.
And like she was coming to the class that I was coaching, and yeah, I just like I always say like the first time I fell in love with her was when she came in that little yellow like hoodie with it was raining outside, and she was wearing like the pink boots and like the yellow thing for the rain. So I was like, yeah, from that moment I fell in love, and yeah, she was there before even like CrossFit became a thing. So like you can tell like she's the one from all the support I'm getting from her even now, and like she will take days off from her job not to go for a holiday. She's taking her yeah, it's
You broke up there. Are you saying she's taking her days off to come to the games and not to go to holiday?
Yeah, just a second. I'm changing the internet.
Oh, okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, good. That's good.
Can you?
Nope, you broke up. You froze. Maybe pull that down for a second, Caleb, and I can see a bigger. Oh, now you're back.
Okay. Can you repeat the question, please?
Oh, so tell me, what did you say? She took her holidays to come to the games as opposed to take a vacation? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like and she never ever like complained about it. So yeah, she like, and she's also plays a big part in my training. Like she's on the spot coach, so she would like talk with Fahunda without me knowing, and she would like tell me what to do, what he said and stuff. So yeah, she's super helpful.
When do you come to the States?
26th of July. So I have a full week of training home, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday I'm coming to the States.
Did you say the 26th of July?
Yes.
And then the games, they gave it a date, right, for event one? Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
I think it's Wednesday. So I'm 1 week before there.
And is that enough time for the time difference and to acclimate and all of that?
So like I understand people going there to acclimate from Scandinavia and like Iceland and stuff. But in Serbia right now is like 40 degrees Celsius, which I don't know what's that in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. And I don't think I will really need like to acclimatize. And I will just need to get used to the time change. And I think 3 days is enough for that. So.
Oh, okay. It's really hot where you're at.
Yeah.
Well, and you're 8. Are you 8 hours ahead of me? What time is it there right now? Is it like?
It was 4 p.m. when we started.
Okay, so it's 4:30 now. What is that?
7.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. And she'll fly. And where will you guys fly when you come a week ahead? Will you go straight to Madison, or will you go to Cookville?
Yeah, we're going straight to Madison. So we are flying from Belgrade to Zurich, and then from Zurich to Chicago, and then my friend is picking us from Chicago and straight to Madison.
And will your accommodations be the same as last year?
For the games week, yes, but so like home to suites is where I'm staying. Like it doesn't matter if everybody knows. All the games athletes are staying there, so like it's basically super expensive to stay there. And I took another hotel the week before.
Oh, okay.
So I like it's, you can't imagine how expensive it is, and like compare like the week at that hotel would be another like $1,500 dollars, and instead I'm paying like $700 for another hotel. So like week before the games I'm in another hotel, and the games week I'm gonna be in that one.
I was asking if it's the same as last year because I'm guessing that there is a kind of it's pleasant to keep going to the same place and there's a familiarity so that there's less and less to be stressed about, right? You know exactly where everything is. You know the drive back to the venue every morning.
Oh, it's not a drive; it's a walk.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's just across the street. That's why it's so expensive.
Okay, because those kinds of things would stress me out if I was an athlete. The transportation, the getting up, all of that stuff. So that's really down to a minimum for you.
Yeah. I like it. I was staying in Edgewater to 2021, which was an official hotel.
Yeah.
And I was expecting some help from the games. Like if you're staying in the official hotel, they should like taxi you or Uber you to the
some bus.
Yes, but we didn't get anything, so it was just like super stupid to stay in that hotel, and instead I just chose the closest one that's available.
And a lot of the athletes are now staying there, home to suites.
So yeah, there's like 3 hotels that are all on the same distance from the Alliant. Alliant Energy Center. So there's like this Clarion, home to suites, and one more. I don't know the name, but also some suites. So yeah, basically we are like divided between those 3.
Is that a big? I guess what I'm asking is that a big shift? Are a lot of the athletes not staying at the Edgewater now, and people have gotten smarter and moved? Do you know?
Yes, I think nobody's staying in Edgewater anymore.
Oh, interesting. Okay, and so when you booked, did you book those rooms right? When do you book those rooms? Do you have to book them before you even know you're going, before you even win the semifinal?
So the thing is, I never booked it before the semifinals, just not to jinx it.
Okay.
And you are not allowed to, like, you can't book it. Basically, you need to have a connection to somebody who can book a room.
Through CrossFit. So CrossFit holds all the rooms so that people can get
CrossFit holds all the rooms, and
okay.
Only the judges and volunteers can get it. And like you need to be very patient and be on their side all the time. Or you can like get connection through somebody else, which is what I did and got the room.
No shit. It's like mafia shit.
Like when you're 3rd year at the games, you get to know some stuff, but I can imagine if you're like 10 years, like BK, you get to know a lot more. So.
Wow. Okay. Right. Wow, that's good shit. Okay, so this is stuff that rookies don't know. Rookies are like 5 miles away in a
rookies
Airbnb.
Are probably in the Edgewater.
yeah. Okay. Hey, and it looked like that was a Hilton property, so it looks like it's a nice hotel.
Yeah, it's Hilton. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And then any plans after the games?
No. So I'm the one of the directors of the PFAA association. And we are holding this meeting Monday morning.
After the games?
After the games, before everybody else goes home. And after that, 7 p.m., I have flight back home. Then I'm going to stay at home for 1 day, and I'm going for a holiday seaside at Montenegro with Anya.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, immediately.
Hey, why not, since it's so expensive to come out here, why not get some downtime here? Why not find a place like just in the woods or I don't know, even go to Cookeville for a week? Or what do people do?
Well, I don't know. Like I just know where I like to spend my time off.
Okay.
I don't want to experiment after the games. I just want to chill. If that makes sense.
Yep, totally.
So yeah.
And your coach at the game will be who? Will it be Facundo?
So officially, my coach is Facundo, and he programs for me, and we have a relationship for 2 years now, and he helped me tremendously. But at the site, my coaching pass, Anya will have my coaching pass, since Roman gets 2, one for the translation and one for the coach. So Facundo will get his.
You ever think about pretending like your English isn't so good so you can get a second pass?
That train left. So,
Caleb, can I see Montenegro? Yeah, when you can say things like that train left. That means your English is too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Montenegro?
So it was one country before. Serbia and Montenegro was a country, and then we separated. So we are now Serbia as one country and Montenegro as another country, but we speak the same language, and it's basically everything the same. And it's just under the Serbia on the like southwest.
And why will you go there? Is there water there or something?
Okay. Yeah. Anya's parents have house there. So yeah, that's exactly where we're gonna go.
No shit.
That's best, I think so. Yeah, we're going there.
Okay, so that looks nice. It's just quiet. You're just gonna sit there and drink coffee and stare into the eyes of your girlfriend and chill.
Exactly. So it's for the like old people who don't do anything. That. So exactly where we're going.
Is that water clean? That Adriatic Sea, you can go in there.
Oh yeah, it's super clean, super nice.
Oh, you're awesome. I'm so happy for you. That's
good life after the games. But first, take care of business.
It's a good reward.
Yes, exactly. Like the thing is, I know whatever happens at the games, I will still have Anya. I will still go to that place, and I will have peace of mind. Whatever happens, but still, I wanna like do really good and like show up, and like I wanna like get all of my goals done before I go there.
What place did you take your first year at the games?
9th.
And then you took 8th last year?
Yes.
Yeah, crazy. Is there a goal this year?
Yeah.
There's. Do you speak about it?
I don't want to speak about it because I heard 15 guys saying they want a podium. And like there's 3 spots. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you ever sit and look at the names and be like, okay, I can beat that guy, I can beat that guy, that guy's gonna be a handful?
I can beat them all.
You can beat them all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. On my best day and their best day, I think we are all like close. So it's just gonna be who can grind more.
God, I love you.
The thing is, people are underestimating me, and like I heard people talking about the semifinals and like, oh, Lazar scores are not really comparable to the American scores and stuff, but it's like they don't understand that I did it with 80% and I still won. So like after day 1, I had the lead of 50 points. So like I like paced myself through the whole competition basically. So like you can't really compare the regions like that.
Fair enough. When you say that on your best day and their best day, it's game on, you got it. What does a best day look like? Like, do you know when you wake up in the morning, oh shit, the machine's ready to go, or uh-oh, something's not right?
To be honest, like there is like in training for me, I never feel like, oh, it's my 100%. Oh, this day I'm gonna do crazy stuff. But then like I wake up and I do like crazy running session in the morning, and I get heat stroke from all the sun, and then I do like gymnastics and I do like a workout and stuff. Then in the evening I PR my back squat. Like how I don't know. So yeah,
okay.
Just, like and that happens on a shitty days. And when I come to the gym, like, oh, what I'm gonna lift now, and I PR my back squat. So like my best day, I really don't know how good that will be, but it will be very good.
Yeah, that must feel good also. You know, if you can, basically what I'm hearing you say is if you make it to the starting line, it could be your best day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything that concerns you about those I don't know, however many events they are, let's say there's going to be 13 events, anything that's like, okay, I just need to make it through the swim, or I just need to make it through the heavy event, or I just need to make it through the gymnastics event? Is there anyone that's like
not really? Like I know I fixed a lot of my holes. I still have one left, but I can't tell you what it is.
Okay. And I don't think of you as having any holes. It's interesting. Okay.
I like my first year I was too weak. Then second year I was still one of the weakest, and like some of the stuff happened in the second year. And yeah, this year I improved everything so much, and I just like can't wait to show it. And as events are concerned, I just can't make any slip ups on my end. Like last year I miscounted a lap. Then like I went super hard in like last part of the capital and turned off. Then after the capital, there was an event with muscle ups that I should have done much better, but I couldn't because I was going super crazy on capital. Then there was this judge thing that happened on the handstand push-ups. So it's basically like I got 30 something on the handstand push-up event, and I got 25th on the muscle-up event, and yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, look at this guy.
Look at Jelly fucking with you. Is he saying your yoke?
Clown.
Is he saying your yoke carry is weak?
No, he beat me in Madrid on yoke carry.
Oh.
Nobody cares. I won the competition.
Hey, that's a big man, right?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Is he too big to win the CrossFit Games? Is he just what I call Danielle Brandon one year, just garnish?
He just has too many holes for now, but he's
okay. He's not too big, but he's too big too, right? He's just he's kind of like he's like the giraffe at the zoo. You just want to watch him, but he has no chance.
Well, if Fikowski's not too big, he's not too big. So
all right, we'll see.
There's no rules.
I can't wait to have this guy on the podcast.
He's great, funny
guy. What you said is really cool. A lot of people will say, "Hey, on my best day, I can beat everyone," and you didn't say that. You said, "On my best day and their best day, you still feel confident you can beat them." It's a great line. Physically, you're better than you've ever been.
Oh, for sure.
And emotionally,
my head is in the right spot.
And okay, so and is that the right way to ask? Is it emotions?
The thing is, like, I was thinking about this a lot. Everybody says, "Oh, when I qualify games, the fun starts. Like the fun training starts." You're not doing it right if it's that way. Like, I feel very, very tired and mentally very drained from all the training that's been going, and like it's not a fun training. Like, whoever says, "Oh, it's fun training for the CrossFit Games," like you're not doing it right. That's why you're not gonna be like top 5, top 10, like podium. If it's fun for you, you're like it's okay. Like you don't need to love it at the moment. Like I will love it when I do good at the games.
Awesome. Hey, dude. I can't wait to see you it's going to be great to meet you in person and give you a big old hug. I can't wait to
be there?
See you, Madison. I have I did buy a ticket to Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I suspect that's close to Madison, right?
Like 2-hour drive, I think.
Okay. So I think I'm getting closer.
Nice.
Good to see you, brother. And
same.
And our paths will cross soon. And thanks for making the time. I know this is a tough time for you guys, and I really appreciate you doing this.
Sunday is International Rest Day, so how could I say no?
Perfect. All right.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Cheers. Bye. Say hi to your brother for me, please.
I will.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's go, Lazar. You say it.
Lazar.
I wanted to say his name like 100 times, but I'm just always afraid I'm gonna fuck it up. Lazar. I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember. Lazar Đukić. He's cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. He's in touch. He's in touch with himself. I like it. You know what I mean by that? Like he's got words to describe like himself, his feelings. He's in. I don't know. He's in touch with himself.
Okay. Yeah.
And able to express it. You know, sometimes you talk to athletes and you're like, "Fuck, are you really an athlete? Are you really in touch with yourself?"
They're all head cases.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
No, I mean everybody else, but he seems very like mellow and understanding of how he feels.
Your shirt is. I bought 3 when the games are over. I'm going to come home and I'm going to take everything out of this room, and then I bought a carpet, a gray and white carpet that's kind of like your shirt, shag carpet.
This is from Sherpa Works. Maybe he got the idea from a shag carpet.
Maybe he did. Sevi, you have to drive past my house on the way from Chicago to Madison. Don't come here though. I see you in Madtown. Okay. I don't know who that is. How could I see you? Patrick.
Morning.
Hi. I feel I'm flattered.
Yeah. Why's
Yeah.
that?
Just because you're shirtless, it shows a sign of comfort. You've come disarmed, vulnerable.
Oh yeah. Thanks. Social norms stop me from doing that everywhere, but it's my own house, so I don't wear a lot of shirts.
Is that true?
That if I didn't have to wear shirts in public, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You prefer clothes are ridiculous.
Comfort, temperature,
Yeah.
that's paramount. So it's like it's hot here right now, and I don't want to turn my AC on in my house.
Yeah.
So I'll wear a shirt, and then as it gets cooler, I'll wear a sweater, I'll wear a jacket, but whatever's comfortable, that's what matters.
Layer. Why don't you want to turn on your AC? Save money?
Yeah, I feel like we just don't. Because I think mostly because I'd be liable to forget to turn it off too. I just don't deal with that stuff regularly. So like heat and cooling, we just tend to, I'll open windows and make a cross breeze and do things like that. But I tend to just leave it alone.
And you and your wife are on the same page on that?
Yeah, I feel like she's more likely to want it warmer. So I'm very much like I'm happy to wear a sweater or something like that. We just tend to not touch it. We're pretty on the same page with that. We're frugal. I feel like we're like
yeah, me too.
We don't need to pay for some heat. Like I got some blankets over there or whatever. It's hard when it's hot. Like we get heat waves now and then that come in through here, and I don't like being hot. And it's different when you have a 2-year-old too, who's like, I don't want him to be there. Like, what the hell is going on here? How come I can't regulate my body temperature? So.
Where are you again? You're on the island?
Yeah, I'm on Vancouver Island.
And so I'm gonna say, I wonder how far. Do you know how many miles north you are of me? Of let's say San Francisco.
Be pretty easy to check. Want me to look?
1,500 or no? That's Caleb's job. Don't take his job from him.
It'd be a lot.
I'm gonna guess 1,500.
I feel like it's farther than I always think. I'm always like, oh, the big distance in North America is east-west, but going north-south from all the way to Southern California to up here, it's still really far.
I could see you for $692. Oh, can I see how many miles it is? Not how much it costs to. Oh, maybe click the car one or the walking one. Click the walking guy or the biking guy. You can't. It's not even an option.
No.
Oh, because he's on an island.
Hike.
No shit. All right.
I won't even give you a ferry option.
How many days a year, Vellner, do you need AC there? You think it's less than 14? Less than 2 weeks?
It just depends how hardcore you want to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We probably could turn it on. Like, I'm sure my neighbors have theirs on right now, but just don't. It's like you wouldn't absolutely need it unless there's a pretty big heat wave. And sometimes there is, and it'll be like, 100 degrees for a couple weeks. And then it's not so bad.
Up there. It gets like, so we never need it. We never need it here in Santa Cruz. The only time that you wish you had it is for if your house really heats up.
Yeah.
For some reason, you don't experience it until like 6 or 7 at night. So there'll be a couple.
So that's what our bedroom's upstairs.
Yeah.
On like a split level, and it was like an addition when they renovated this house. So the ventilation is not great up to our bedroom, so it just collects heat up here. Like you can feel really fine on the main floor most of the day, and then you walk up at the end of the day into our bedroom, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is a sweat box." So yeah. Fortunately, it's up high and we live pretty close to the water where there's like mostly breeze most of the time. So you can kind of get some wind pushing the air through and it doesn't get as stuffy. But we have the same problem at night for sure. And that's mostly when you notice it. And then you just can't sleep. So it's not a problem. Like that's where I notice it the most. But we get some pretty decent heat. It's easy to manage though, because I think similar to you guys, like when you're at the coast, like when we're next to the water, it like, yeah. You can survive pretty fine. So it's mostly when you get stuck somewhere where there's no breeze or it's really stuffy and it gets really, really hot. But fortunately,
where you live though, there can also be crazy fluctuations between like there's probably days like epic days where you have almost 60 degrees of fluctuation, 50 degrees, right? I mean, you could have a 50-degree night and a 105-degree day once a year.
Maybe. I would say if so, not very often.
Right.
But that'd be like more when you're getting into the shoulder season where it's getting a lot cooler at night.
What did you
heat will
call it?
linger
The
here
what
a little
season?
bit. That's shoulder season, like outside of like summer, dead summer, and dead winter.
Do you know
Where you're
that
like-
term, Caleb? Have you heard that? Shoulder season? No. Yeah. No, me neither.
I think it's like a tourism term.
And you're on a tourist island, so you would know those. Like you hear that shit.
I've been a tourist a lot myself too. So again, back to my frugalness. I feel like I tend to travel during shoulder season because it's cheaper.
Yeah, I like that. I'm surprised you travel as much as you do for as frugal as you are. That's one of the things about my frugalness. Of traveling just sounds completely stupid to me, like a waste of money. I can't even enjoy. I can't enjoy myself when I'm traveling. I'm too frugal.
I can't do my job if I stay on my island. That's the problem.
Oh,
So I got no choice.
Lazar was just on here, and he said something. You know, you'll hear people say, "On my best day, I can win," but he said, "On my best day, I can beat all the other guys on their best day." And I really liked that. I really liked that.
His confidence.
Right? Yeah, I really like that. And he won a semifinal.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, good one. A good one too. Yeah.
In Europe. Yeah. Is your confidence skyrocketing right now?
No.
What?
I think that's a story you tell yourself. I think Lazar's there saying that because that's what he's supposed to say. Games training, that's not how it feels. Like some days you feel amazing. The next day you'll feel absolutely beat to shit. You can't
he
hit
did say
routine
that
paces,
too.
You can't hit routine lifts. So what's he talking about? He's blowing smoke up your ass. It's not. That's a confidence that you can project forward to be like, oh yeah, in 3 weeks I'm gonna be so good. But like, you don't know anything. Like you make yourself as ready as you can be. But you know, there's games training is it's a gong show. Like sometimes things are just the volume's so high, the demands are so high. It's really hard. And I would say it's impossible without, I don't know, some extreme level of optimism to have that level of confidence all the time. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just
he did see eye to eye with you there though, Patrick. He said, hey, if someone tells you that they're enjoying games training, he said they're either lying or they're doing it wrong. He says it is absolutely fucking a nightmare, basically. He says it is so fucking hard. He says none of it's fun.
And this is like the peak of it probably right now for most athletes is like you're probably getting to the end of your really hard stuff. And then there's going to be something's going to give. Either the volume's going to change a little bit or the intensity is going to change a little bit to try to start coming down to prep for competition. But no, he's not wrong about that. And there are fun days and there's good stuff and there's whatever. And I'm not sure where he's still in Europe, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Serbia. Yep.
Yeah. So it depends. Like some people they're already coming over to the US and people have training partners and people like, I can only speak for myself personally, but my body's beat up and I'm training by myself all but one day of the week. And it's hard. It's a grind. Like I'm getting to this point at my wit's end, which is usually how it should be. At the end I like to think that at the end of games training, you should feel like you cannot do another day of it. And then it's like, you're just ready to do the thing, show up to the competition and put it on the table. But I'm glad for Lazar's confidence. I'll see. We'll see. Cause I like to think that on a pretty average day, I can beat Lazar.
On a pretty average day.
Yeah. Like a Thursday or something.
Well, you beat Fikowski and Samuel Quant when it mattered. Two fucking absolute savages. I don't think people realize. I think a lot of people know how fucking amazing Fikowski is. I don't think a lot of people realize that Samuel Quant is no
Sam
fucking
flies
joke.
under the radar. He's
he's fucking the real deal. Yeah. Who's the person you train with one day a week?
Just a local guy at my gym. He's like a quarterfinals level guy. It just gives me some company.
Is that all he does? It's just company?
I mean, it's like, it's fun. It's more fun to be there and like I can chat with somebody a little bit between things, but it's nice to have somebody. Misery loves company. So I'm like, I think at the end of a week, so my training week is kind of like I work Monday, I train Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty big days. Thursday, I have like a long swim. And then Friday through Sunday is like 3 really long, hard days, like kind of like competition days. And then so by Sunday, I'm just like, you're just worn out. So it's really nice. He's able to come in on Sundays just to coach at our gym. And he provides some much needed reprieve at that point, where it just makes me feel a little better about the whole thing.
Why only 1 day a week? Why not have him come?
It's easier to schedule on Sundays. It's probably the easiest answer. He's just like, he's coaching at the gym and doing some other things. And because my schedule is hard to follow during the rest of the week, it's just a big ask. Like Saturdays, he probably could as well, but we've just like this, he's doing training for his own things as well. So I think he doesn't want to deviate from his own plan too much, but 1 day a week is pretty manageable. So he's just been doing
he needs to deviate. Your plan, deviating from his plan and doing your plan is going to make him better.
Is it though? That's sort of not true at all.
No,
like he's in the off season. He's got to get stronger. He's got to do a few things.
He's a quarterfinals
games
dude.
Training is not. But that's so. If you're a quarterfinals,
he should drive you to the airport. He should drive you to the airport.
Jump to doing games training. You're gonna have a hard time. So, but it's good. He's keen and he does most of the workouts as written, except when the loading is super inappropriate. But he's been good. It's been a lot of fun to have somebody to work out with. And I don't get that very often. So it has been good.
Are you looking past the games at all in terms of events you would do?
So I have been a little bit in terms of planning because I have to plan my year. And another thing is right after the games, I have like probably a month and a half of just, I'm like off on holidays. I have like 3 weddings and a couple things going on in that month and a half. So I've been dealing with a bunch of logistical planning for all that stuff. So I have kind of been just being like, oh man, it'll be kind of nice when the games ends and I can just like start to chip away at all these things that are piling up. But I've looked at a few things in the off season. I think we earmark certain dates and you try not to, it's like save the date stuff. Like you just make sure you don't double book yourself. Like dates like when the Rogue Invitational is, there's an event in the UK that I might go out to, things like that. We're trying to book a trip to see my family over Christmas. My wife's schedule gets usually, they start to book call shifts like 6 months in advance pretty much. So she's trying to give dates for call shifts already. So because of that, we kind of have to be organized and plan.
What are call shifts? Is she's a physician?
Yeah. So she does labor and delivery as well. So she does, it's 24-hour call shift for the obstetrics groups in town.
Okay. You said you're frugal, but you have 3 weddings to go to. As a fellow frugal person, I don't do weddings. Weddings don't work in a frugal man's life.
You should see how many I turned down.
Oh, okay, good. The wedding's disgusting.
Well, I think I have 3 friends all getting married on games weekend.
Oh, that's nice. Congratulations. That's nice. Because you have a built-in excuse, right?
It's funny. I sometimes think that people put it like it's like the August long weekend. It's a pretty big weekend, but I think some people kind of put it there maybe as they know I'm going to say no. So they can have they get the props of sending the invite, but they know I'm not going to say
pay for your food. They're frugal too. Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, they're my friends. Of course they are. But right. One of them after the games is actually my brother's wedding. So that's a tough one to say no to. And actually there's one that's a friend of ours they're getting married right near where my wife's family is. So we're going to go see my wife's family as well. And
okay. 2 birds with one
stone. So it's just like, it makes sense sometimes, but again, this is the thing about living on an island, right? It's quite a process to get off the island and go do things. And like, we got to figure out what to do with the dog and you got to fly the baby now across the country and everything's far. Like everything is far when you live on the island. So
yeah,
we try not to leave super often. And I feel like around the games, like we're already in like we're leaving mode. So I go right from the games to visit my family. And then we come home for like,
where's your family?
4 or 5 days. They're like, so I don't know how well your Canadian geography is. They're in Alberta, which is like, we're in the westernmost province of Canada. The next one in that the Rockies kind of splits, the Rocky Mountains, they're in that one. So they're just like a little bit east of me. It's probably from where I am, it's like a 12-14 hour drive, but it'd be like a long drive, short flight from where I am here.
You're born and raised there? Is that where you're born and raised?
Yeah, so I'm like
Over there.
right in between Calgary and Edmonton, about halfway is where I grew up.
Oh, your parents must be bummed that their grandkid's so far away.
Well, and right now we're far away from both of our families, so it's kind of it's like.
Are you guys gonna move, or are
tough
you
on
guys happy
everybody.
where you're at?
I think we are gonna move probably east, closer to my wife's family, and that'll just it'll make it a bit easier. We'll end up doing like summers or things maybe out by my family, but yeah, it's nice to have some help for sure.
How old's your kid now? How old's your son?
2 years and a month. Two plus 1 month.
And your wife is out with him right now, alone somewhere?
Yeah, she's with her cousins. They just went camping on the island. Like they're just like a few hours north of where we are right now, but they just took them camping for the weekend. So I'm here with the dog and they've got the baby.
Have you ever taken him alone overnight? Just you and him?
Yeah, we have a few times.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're like a real dad.
Yeah. He's also very good and very easy. So when I went and did the open announcement this year in New Jersey, what I actually did was I flew from where we live to where my parents live. And then I'd handed him off to my folks for, 4 or 5 days while I went out and did that. And so I stopped over there, delivered him, flew to New Jersey. On the way home, I stopped back in, picked him up, came back. So he just spent like 4 or 5 days with his grandparents and hung out. He's great. He's super, super easy to manage. He's very independent. He's super fun. He's hilarious right now. Like he's speaking full sentences now. And he's just like, he's so funny.
How old are your parents?
My dad is 63. My mom's 65, turning 65.
I'm impressed. And you dropped a grandkid off with him. That's good shit. Yeah,
they're great. Also, my younger brother lives in town, basically close to them, and he's got a son that's basically the same age as mine, and a daughter that's a little bit older. But so they have lots of kids stuff around already, and it's just like they're kind of well equipped for it. So it was an easy delivery.
A couple bucks for Pat for having the chebs out. What are the chebs? The titties? What are the chebs? You know what the chebs are? That's the English term for something.
Yeah, painted pounds. So must be. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how I would read it.
If he's as frugal as he says, I bet he did. Stephen Plyler. It's actually not hard, and there are a lot of benefits for doing so. Oh, I wonder what Stephen said. He said he was going to do that, and fuck. Oh, here we go. Here's. Does he? Are you still using reusable diapers? Shit.
Yeah, we only not when we travel, because it's obviously I don't want to pile up in a massive pile of them in my luggage. That if I don't have access to laundry, but we still do.
So what do you do with the cloth?
He's basically not in diapers anymore. He uses one a day when he naps, basically still, as a just in case. But they're mostly dry, and then in a day he's not using any.
How's cloth diaper work? If he shits in there, how do you get the shit off? Like you unfold it and then just shake the shit off into the trash can?
What we put in is like you have these little liners that you would put in so that you can kind of like. It's easy to take it out of the thing, and then you can just like dump it in the toilet.
Yeah.
But then you wash them on like a pretty heavy duty wash, and we just have like a big wet bag that you let them pile up in there until the bag's pretty full or it's time to do laundry.
You ever seen a deuce that's so bad you're like, I'm just throwing this diaper away, this cloth diaper away?
We manage them.
You do.
Yeah, but
you've been tempted though. You've been tempted.
Here's the other thing: if people are like, oh, the cloth diaper thing is frugal. I don't think it really is. It's actually just like better it's more like, I don't want to say like eco-conscious, but it's like there's a lot of waste in disposable diapers. And it just like feels nice to not be putting that many diapers in a landfill. But we also bought all of our reusable diapers secondhand.
Oh.
So we bought them on like a Facebook marketplace kind of thing.
Very frugal.
We tend to buy like most of our kids' stuff through that, because if not all, because it's just like I feel like kids go through things so fast. Like you can buy stuff that someone bought for their kids and they used 3 times and then they outgrew it, and then it's like it's just so easy to get stuff that's pretty well in really good shape on Marketplace.
The thing is, in California, everything you buy on Facebook Marketplace, you have to like spend time washing the fentanyl residue off of. So
I mean, probably a good practice to wash anything you buy off of there anyway. But
it's an extra step. My kid the other day found this plastic cell phone on the ground, and it was like, it's like something you would see like in a convenience store, and like you open the cell phone and I guess there would be candy in there for kids, right?
okay,
It's like,
yeah, I gotcha.
It's like an Altoids container, but it's in the shape of a cell phone. So he finds this thing on the ground, right? And he picks it up, and I immediately grab it from him, and he's like, "I want this. I'm gonna bring it home and wash it first." But because it looks exactly like the kind of thing like one of my college buddies would have. I don't know if you had college buddies who were into coke or meth, but they would have little containers like that open up, and they'd have a razor blade, and a credit card, and a little bindle blow, and you're just like, next thing I know, my kid's got his own little fucking container for blow, and he's 6. I'm like, no. He's like, no, it's a toy.
That's another thing. Anything you're picking off the street, like, giving it a little wash is probably not a bad idea, right?
Yeah, he took it.
It's tough right now. My kids are at the age where he's picking it up and putting it straight in his mouth. So.
Straight in the mouth. Yeah, my kids could do
figure
that.
that one out. So, yeah, exactly.
When you go to that regional and Medeiros takes the placement he did, does that fire you up a little bit? Are you like, do you have an assessment of it? Do you think, oh wow, I'm fucking the man right now, or wow, he really fucked up. Him and Ellie have fucking lost their way and are staring too much into each other's eyes and not training hard enough? Or like, do you have any analysis of that? Like, does that give you a little?
Well, Ellie sure didn't.
Didn't what?
She won her semifinal.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe she's not looking into his eyes.
Yeah, maybe they should investigate that. They should look into that a little bit.
Does it give you a little fuel? Like, oh shit, this fucking guy is beatable. Like he showed a chink in his armor.
Look, I think that competing is that's an interesting part of the job. It really is the job. Like that's where you show up and you're evaluated. But you more easily remember the bad days and the mistakes than the good days. Like I don't walk away from a win usually with a lot to learn from. Right. And that's kind of what we're trying to do, is get better and figure out how to patch holes or make yourself unbeatable. And when you win, it's harder to look at those things. So you kind of walk off thinking, things are pretty good. But when you lose or you make mistakes, it's really easy to flag areas and be like, okay, this needs to be better. That needs to be better. So, I wouldn't say I like finished and then felt like this, oh yeah, I'm the man. Like I'm still trying to look at the areas that I needed to be better at. And there were for sure some. But, I would say that my overall assessment of it, I did have an assessment of it. And it was just that like Justin had a bad weekend and he doesn't have a lot of those. Like, I think people have gotten used to seeing Justin compete and execute in a way that's frankly astounding. Like he maximizes points at every possible intersection and he tends to just always make the right decision. He's a really good and really smart competitor. And he had a couple things happen to him that bounced him around a little bit and he struggled a little bit to rally quickly. And then he did. Like at the end on the last day, he had a great last day. So I think it was just I was watching it and being like, okay, this is interesting. Because after day one, I was in the lane next to him. So I could hear exactly what happened. I knew what happened. I knew he got some no reps and at like kind of critical parts of those workouts for particularly events 2 and 3. And I was running next to him on the runner and he was not running super fast. So my assessment after 2 days was like, he got a couple tough no reps in tough spots. And then it stole a bit of confidence and deflated him a little bit. And it's hard. Like it's really easy to compete confidently and really easy to compete when things are going smooth. When things are going good, it's easy to be good. But when things start going bad, it's sometimes hard to figure out what to do and you start second guessing your decisions. And so I think he, for the first time that we've seen since he's been very front and center, watched him deal with that. And it's like, it's not a super easy situation to be in. And I know that because I've been in that situation a lot. I've done that a lot to myself. So I think it was just watching him flex a different muscle and figure out how to do it. And I saw the comment get made that by his Sunday was really good. And that's only events 6 and 7. So, at the games, you're maybe halfway through the weekend. And then if it took him 2 or 3 events to just get his ship back together and then he's right at the ship and he's deadly again for the remaining 6 events, that's still a great weekend. Right. So I don't think we have anything to worry about in Justin, but I think what it showed is that he's susceptible to the same things that we all are. He's managed to have very strong competitions in the last kind of 2-year cycles, but nobody's immune to it. There's going to be bad events. There's going to be bad days. And sometimes it is hard, and it can take you 2 or 3 events to just get your feet back under you and feel confident again. Like, okay, I'm where I need to be. So I think that was all it was. And I think that my hope at the end of it was that it just sort of shows a little bit of a chink in the armor, and that all the other guys watching, I couldn't tell you how many of the other guys like from the East were texting me over the course of the weekend being like, hey, what's going on? Like, is Justin okay? Is he sick? What's the deal there? So people were very interested and very intrigued to watch him stumble and see what happens. So, I think he'll be fine is the thing, but I think everybody else sees that there's, not that there's weakness there, but that there's a level of susceptibility and vulnerability that there maybe didn't seem to be in the last couple of years. So I would say different to what we saw from someone like Matt, who just it was wire to wire by 200 points every single time. And nobody was there was this air of unbelievability. Like, I don't even think it's possible to beat him. But now it's I beat him, and so did 3 other guys.
So Brent Samuel Kahn and Cole Grayshaber, a rookie to the games. Wait, did Cole go to the games last year? Cole Grayshaber?
He was there last year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was event number 5 again?
So 4 and 5 were the run into the heavy snatch, and then the light snatch into the run.
Okay, so it was 8 snatches and then 800 meters on the runner for event 5. Because that one you really put it to him. You took first and he took 24th.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And that, I don't know, that one to me was the one that stood out on the weekend of I hope he's okay. Because I don't know.
When the texts start coming in, is something wrong? You mean it's so far behind, is something wrong? Okay.
Well, and just because there's not that much to that workout. It's you do 8 snatches and then you run as hard as you can for 800 meters. There really isn't, execution doesn't make a big factor there. Something like Linda, I know he was getting a few no reps on the bench, which can make a huge difference really fast. And so suddenly that could rob you of 10 places super fast. But that's a little execution thing, or maybe even a tough call here and there. What are you going to do? Same thing on the ruck bag. He lost a few places because I know he got some no reps on the ring complex, which again, super costly no reps. So he was getting some calls that just they were tough calls. And so he was figuring out how to battle back from that. But that was one where I'm Justin's not a bad runner. And I was running next to him, and I was running what felt like twice as fast. Watching his light foot cadence compared to mine, I was what's he doing? I remember having a moment on the runner being is he going to kick, or what's happening here? And so that was the most uncharacteristic finish, I would say. The other ones that there was reasons for them that were pretty apparent, but that was the only one that I couldn't find a reason for.
Pat, can you say get to the chopper?
In my Arnold voice?
Oh yeah, it's up to you. If it was just funny because we had that line, you knew that it was from that movie. Get to the chopper, because we had Lazar on here, and they wanted.
Oh yeah, see, it wouldn't be as good as Lazar's. Get to the chopper.
What movie is that from? Predator?
I think it's Predator. Yeah, it's one of those 90s Arnold movies. I don't know.
How many times a year does Pat train with his coach? In person, I'm assuming is the question.
It depends on what you mean, days, or how many periods of the year. I probably have one time a year that I would have a training camp with her. She's come out west a couple times, or I'll be out east for some reasons. Or pre-competition, we'll usually get a few in. We're going to be in Madison, a week early, and we're going to do some training there. She's going to be there. We're going to have kind of a week of final prep stuff there. So it's not that often. It's not as often as I would like, for sure. And I think when we move out east, it'll be a little more often, hopefully. I'll be much closer, 2 hours away instead of a 7-hour flight.
So the move, there's two things you're kind of implying there, that the move is imminent and coming close, and also that you have a career ahead of you past this year.
Yeah, I think at least. Why not?
Yeah.
Not exactly washed up.
Fuck it, no. But you're old.
Yeah, says you.
All right, fine. Says me. Fine. And the champ's waning. We see something wrong.
Yeah,
with the
I think
champ.
he's
you're
getting
reinvigorated.
Old. He's getting old.
Reinvigorated. Justin's getting old.
Yeah,
he's getting some miles on there.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's. There are days where retirement feels close, where you're like, "Fuck this! Why am I still doing this to myself? I'm hurt. This sucks." And then there's days where things go really well, and you get to do cool things, or you put it together at a nice big competition, and then you're like, man, actually, you know what? It's not that bad. It washes away a lot of the pain when things go well. So I was talking to someone yesterday about this. Actually, it's an interesting. Sports are just interesting. I think that there's a lot of pieces that come together, and I look at what I've been able to do and accomplish in my career, and I've been super fortunate. I think that I put in a lot of work, but so do a lot of people. And your best effort is the bare minimum. So the time I put in, there are just as many people at all those semifinals who put in the same amount of time as me. Or something close to it, and feel like they're doing absolutely everything they possibly can. But I show up to semifinals and I come first, and then it feels like, oh, all that work was super worth it. And somebody could put in the same amount of work, or what feels like basically everything they possibly could have done, and show up and take 30th. And
which probably did happen.
Yeah,
right?
Of course it did. Somebody's got to come 30th. And it's just like, that's a harder pill to swallow. And it depends on your goals. Like maybe your goal was just to make it to semis, and then you made it and you were able to finish middle of the pack, and you're like, that's actually awesome. And my goals just are different. But I don't know. I'm certainly guilty of goalpost shifting. So if I was saying, I just want to make semis, and then I made it, suddenly I'm like, I want to finish top half. And if I was just close, then I'd be frustrated. So at least when you finish with a good performance, you're like, you know what, those years of those days of pulling my hair out, feeling like I'm at my wit's end in training. Yeah. At least there was this now, and I get this moment. So I've been super fortunate. Like I've had more good days than bad in my career. That's for sure. So when it comes to competition, I have a pretty good track record. So that's nice, but it's not guaranteed. And so it's interesting. And I think as long as I'm able to do that and put together strong performances and feel like I'm still competitive with the field at the level that I want to be, then I'm going to stick around. But I don't want to wane to a point where I'm like falling really far behind the pace.
Yeah, you don't want to. Let's be fair. You don't want to be competitive with the field. You want to be competitive with the top 5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Christine Young, he's only 33. He's fine. But I think besides Jason Smith, are you the most senior person on the roster?
I think Jason Will Morad.
Will Morad. Yeah,
I think
crazy. Will Morad's been around forever. Wow.
Yes, we had this conversation last year, I feel like, when Jason wasn't there and Will had just qualified by like the most epic comeback in games history. He covered like an 81-point spread on the last event to qualify. And then that made him the oldest guy at the games instead of me. So it was a nice gesture by him. But this year we have Jason, who's just like awesome. Was he 39, something like that? Love it. He's a war horse. He's awesome.
He is a war horse. I can't wait to talk to him and see how he's doing. At least Pat looks younger than Phil Toon. Is that necessary, Wad Zombie?
You know what? I saw a video popped up on my Instagram the other day of Phil back squatting 500 for like 10 reps. And I was like, holy shit, this guy. I love it.
Elise Carradau, is Pat going to let whoever's doing the behind the scenes film with him this year?
I don't know. I'm around.
He's around.
Whoever wants to do it. I don't know if there's a lot of media at the games this year, I'm hearing.
Let me tell you, Pat is so easy. Pat and Josh Bridges are cut from the exact same cloth. They just roll with whatever. Have you always been like that, Pat? Did you have
Try
to
to
work
be.
to be like that? Yeah. Oh yeah, you have.
I
You
don't
do?
know. I don't know. It's a good question, actually. You have to ask somebody who knew me when I was much younger. It's actually probably fair. I don't think I have always been that way. I think I've been that way post my like younger athletic career. Like when I was competing in gymnastics or in lacrosse, I don't think I was really the same. Maybe more in lacrosse, but not.
Like more uptight? Because you seem so chill, like just go with the flow. Like you
Yeah.
seem like the kind of person, like if you were eating at the stadium at the Lion Energy Center and there was like a 7.5 earthquake, you'd look up, see your wife and kid fine, and then just keep eating.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
probably not a lot separates a man from his food. But I think that to me, it's also a bit of a, I'll be the first to admit it's a bit of a defense mechanism in competition where things are already stressful enough. So
Right.
trying to find ways to take that away for even just a moment is super helpful to me. And it just pulls me away from what's happening and being like, you know, yeah, things are about to be really hard or really stressful or whatever, but I don't need to live in that state all the time for the next 5 hours. Like, let's just like, you know, find a way to pull yourself away from it. And I think a little bit of like cracking some jokes and a bit of silliness and a bit of levity helps that a lot for me. And so you kind of find the same athletes who have a similar mentality. And, you know, I'm not trying to go knock somebody off their perch if what they want to do is go stand in a corner and stare at the wall and get hyped. Like power to you. But I don't have the energy to do that for an entire weekend anymore. So I'm just not going to. And so I just feel like it's a lot easier to try to, and it makes competition more fun. It's easier to get lost in how stressful things can be. And also I will say that I've had the luxury of, everybody will tell you, people are have a lot more fun and are a lot easier when things are going better. So again, over the course of my career, I've had things go pretty well. I tend to be trending nearer to the top than the bottom. So it's easier to walk around with a smile on your face and tell a joke and laugh about it. If you're being super frustrated and your performance sucks and you're suffering, it's a little harder to do that. So I don't know. It's probably a bit of situational, but we'll see. I'll tell you what, like last year after the Thursday event, the shuttle to overhead event, I was not telling a lot of jokes. So you wouldn't have liked to have a chat with me right after that event.
That was
ripped somebody's head off.
The bar didn't want to go over your head, right? You just got stopped in that event?
Yeah, I that was like, again, that's the kind of event
that was weird. That was weird. That was like that was weird.
It was just like a very specific style of event. And I think it's one where if things go really well and smooth, you're good. Yeah. But as soon as you make one mistake, it's a really hard one to rally from because you're so rushed already with the time window that like, if you miss one and then you feel like, shit, I have to rush again to get the next one to make up for that, things can fall apart really fast. So I just kind of, first round went fine. Second round missed a couple because I was rushing and then like fully lost composure and just like, but I did really well on the run portion. And that was part of my strategy, was like looking at the double scoring. It was actually more valuable to run fast than to lift heavy, because that was also going to be your tie break for the heavy lifting. So I made the decision to be like, you know, you got to run harder than you want. And it cost me pretty big on the shuttle to overhead, or on the overhead portion. So
that's an amazing picture, by the way. Go back to that picture. Just the way your fingers, your left hand is touching that bar. That's an amazing photo.
Just so delicate.
Yeah. It's just like, like that's like, you got to pick up like you're about to pick up a cactus, a Sahara, or what are those crazy cactuses called? Like, you're like, fuck.
I was thinking it was maybe the juxtaposition of like very delicately holding something that's so heavy and clearly not fragile.
It's good. Hey, if there was someone there who was who had a good rapport with you, filming like something like the behind the scenes, that those are the kind of epic moments as you walk off where the gold is. Definitely where the gold is.
Yeah, those are tough ones. I remember after that event, that was like the one I would want back from last year. There's a couple bad ones from last year, but that's the one that was like, it was an execution thing that I just was like, that sucked. And probably cost me the biggest. And even just in terms of momentum at the stage of the competition, it was a big hit. But it came off and had a good yell with my coach. And actually, Dan Bailey bless Dan Bailey. He was walking by, and I was like sitting in a chair outside the ice baths, just like having a moment, and trying to just purge the poison out of my body before I had to regroup for the next thing. And he kind of came by, and I don't know if he saw the event or if there's a lot going on. He kind of came by. He's like, "Oh, Pat, like, how was it?" Just being so nice and just being so Dan Bailey. And I was like, they fucking gave it to him in the guts. Like, it was just like, you're the guy that I'm going to just download this onto right now. And then had a little chat with him for a second, and got on with my day, but I might have scarred him a little bit.
Pat, the digging your hole out of the first event, is it getting old? Are you like would you even, or is it just normal for you? Let's say you went to the games this year and you took a third in the first event, would you be like, oh fuck, I don't even know what to do with myself?
It's all storytelling, man.
Okay.
I feel it's not so. At the games, historically, I've had like my weaker events at the start, but it's because they're always like the mass start, whatever events. Last year's wasn't as bad. It still wasn't great. I started really well, and I fell off a bit at the end of that workout, but I was in like 5th up until the last bike. I just like lost juice on the last bike. And my, the thing is, it doesn't matter. Like it's the style of events, right? Like if I looked at that, if I went out and the first event was like parallel bars and fucking, ring muscle ups, and I came 3rd in the first event, it would be nothing. Like, of course I came 3rd in that workout. That's stuff I'm good at and whatever. But if it just depends what it is. If it was like, oh, the first event is a big lake swim and then I came 3rd, then it would be a different story, right? It's not the position of the event. Like, it's what the event actually is. And it's just
right.
Because of the way the game starts, it's usually with stuff that has historically been my weaker things. So I think a lot of it's improving, but it's just like the amount of times I get in off-season competitions and things like that. Like I've won about as many times in my career as I've had a bad finish, but nobody even knows or talks about the ones that I win. Right?
Well, because
it's all everybody just likes
the
to
games,
say.
Right? It's the highest profile ones are at the games, right?
Yeah, I mean, I won event 1 at Rogue a couple of years ago. That's a pretty high profile one.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough.
Last year, I think I came 3rd in event 1 at Rogue. It's just the story that people like to tell because it's been the narrative for a few years, and it's what everybody's expecting to see. So even then they move the goalposts. It's like last year I came 20th in the first event, whereas in the past people were like, oh, I was taking like a 35th or 33rd or something. Everyone's like, oh, there it is, bomb the first event. And this is now like more than 10 places better. And everyone's like, there it is, bombed event 1. It's like, man, well, where's the line? Like, are we just moving the line? And like next year I come 15th and they're like, geez, outside a top 10 finish for Vellner. It's like, fuck, what do you want? Like, where's the line?
Right.
Where does the narrative stop? Like, do I have to win the event for it to not be the case? It's like, all of a sudden I'm 5th and they're like, nah, it's like, okay, well, so I just I don't care about it at all. It's not, I have, based on what the event is, I have expectations of what I think I should do and how I want to perform. And then, hopefully it falls the way I want.
And you could argue it's made you stronger, right? That it happens at the beginning and you've learned to dig yourself out of that. Right. As opposed to.
Yeah. As per a discussion earlier about, Justin learning how to do that a little bit, I have the confidence that I know it's possible, at least. Like, even in the games is a long competition, and there are people who can mentally turn off too early. I think one of the best you've ever seen do that actually is Cole Sager. He's gone into like the last day of the games out in like 13th place and finished 5th, I think, one year because he just crushed the last day.
Wow.
Whereas like some people going into that last day, it's like they're dragging their feet, and if they don't feel like they're in the hunt in like the top 5. They're just not putting in the kind of performances they're probably capable of. But that's a guy who's like full effort all the time. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm 13th place. Like, he's going to try to steal your lunch money. And he loves to play a spoiler role. So it's like important to remember that it's not over. Like, points on 100 points in event 10 are worth the same as 100 points in event 1. So you can have a little bit of a momentum kill, but what I've been really good at doing is rebounding from things like that pretty quickly to keep me in the top heat, so that I'm still competitive with the lead pack. And that's a big difference, is if you get yourself knocked off into a lower heat, and you lose some of that heat advantage, it can be a little bit more challenging to put up the big scores and feel like you're in the race. So I've been good at that, but yeah, I think it comes with experience, and I'm certainly have a lot of experience doing that, which I don't think is a bad thing.
No,
but it's I'd rather not be doing it all the time. I'm sure my family would love if I didn't do it as much anymore.
less stressed on them.
Yeah.
Pat, when you're out with your kids and you're loading your you've purchased a bunch of stuff and you're taking your shopping cart and your kid to the car, and you load your kid in the car, and then the shopping cart corral is all the way back 40 yards away. Do you just pop your cart up on the curb, or do you leave your kid in the car and take it all the way back to the dispenser?
No, you put your cart back in the corral.
No, never. Okay, right. You failed. Sorry.
People are
Caleb, call
behavior. That's like I can't interact in society behavior.
Caleb, please call Child Protective Services in Canada and report Pat for leaving his kid alone in the car. Thank you. All right. You feel an obligation to put your card away?
Yeah, it's like we live in a society. We live in a society.
Do your part.
Yeah,
Contribute.
I'll put away other people's cards sometimes.
Yeah. Wow.
I also will say that I tend to not go shopping when I'm with my kid. So I'll either do that when he's at daycare, or if my wife's home, one of us will go and the other one will stay home. Just so we don't have to leave him in the car, things like that. But we either put it in, then walk back to the car, or I'll just like put him in with the AC on and close the door and run over really quick. It's usually like a 5-second detour. That's why I don't like when people just leave them all willy-nilly. It's like, man, it takes you no time at all, and then somebody's got to go corral all your carts.
Who gets paid by the hour? Who gets paid?
Or they're like bumping into carts, or cars. I mean, or they're just like rolling freestyle down the middle of the intersection, blocking traffic. Terrible.
Don't you love when you pull up into a spot and there's a cart right there for you that someone left out? You're like, yeah, that's nice. I'll just take this one.
Yeah, but to me, that's like when I'm walking my dog and there's like trash sitting on the ground, but it's kind of close to where the garbage is. So then when I'm walking by, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to pick up this person's garbage and put it in the trash. So I'm walking right by it anyway. It's like, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a good thing. Yeah.
Do you do that? Yeah.
Or like there's people will like,
I think you're the only other person besides me and my sister that I've ever met who claims they do that. I think you're the only other person in my entire life. Yeah.
They leave their poo bags around somewhere. And sometimes like I'll do that when I'm walking out and back on a trail. I'll like plant it on a stump and then I pick it up on the way out. So I just don't have to carry it. Right. But if I'm getting to like the end of the trail and there's a few that are sitting around, sometimes I'll just pick them up and put them in the garbage because you're close.
What about just a stray poo on the trail? Will you pick that up if you have extra bags?
If my dog poos right close to it and I already have the bag out, then I will usually. But I actually don't usually. I usually bring 2 bags only. So if I had more bags, I maybe would. But honestly, I might not for that. But just try to keep our nice things nice, you know? We have nice trails here. You try to keep them nice.
Dude, I'm with you. There's no one who's better at putting carts away and picking up poop and trash than me, and yet I think the obligation to put carts away is absurd. Caller, hi.
Sevan.
Hi. You know this isn't a call-in show, and Pat Vellner's probably is a little too high profile for you to just call in while you're.
All right.
No, I'm joking.
All right, my bad.
I'm joking.
Okay, yeah, I was just listening to one of your old shows.
Oh, Jesus.
So I figured I'd call in and see what you're up to. But you're doing a show with Pat. I don't want to ruin your good show with Pat.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say it's good, but do you have a question for Pat? Do you want to say hi to Pat?
Hey, Pat.
You think Pat's too old to be competing? He's 33.
Oh, no, man. Pat's one of my favorite CrossFit Games athletes.
All right.
You just saying that because
I was just listening to you guys. No, Pat, I'm a Canadian ginger.
Oh, okay. Are you in the club?
Yeah, man, I'm in the club. But Sevan, I just heard you guys talking about Sound of Freedom, and they're like turning the lights on, and I was like, bro, that's wearing the mask outside type of talk about for righties. All right, I don't want to ruin your show with Pat. You guys have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Oh, hang on. Bye.
Stay safe out there. It's sunny.
That's what gingers say to each other. That's a good line. I just got that. Stay safe out there. It's sunny. Thank you very much. I'm excited to. It's been a long time since I've seen you in person. I'm excited to see you again.
Yeah, are you going to be at the games this year?
I'm flying to Chicago, and it's close to Madison. So I was thinking I pulled out all my camera
Just
gear.
happened to be flying to Chicago.
Yeah, I pulled out all my camera gear. My buddy got one of my buddies got reinstated as the director of the CrossFit Games.
Right.
So I'm just trying to just want to be available if I'm needed or something. Take some headshots or something, or hang out with you, or
Sure, nepotism. I get it.
Yeah, is that what that's called? Nepotism?
It's like when you get positions that you maybe don't deserve because you know somebody in a position.
Oh no, definitely not nepotism. Definitely not nepotism.
My buddy just became the director, so I think
I've blown enough people, Pat. I've blown enough people. I've earned my way. The practice amongst those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially in giving them. Oh yeah, that's fine. But there's no implication there that they don't. Hey, it's also part of
favoring underlined is the implication.
It's the there's also a DEI requirement to have a certain amount of people who are below 5'5" or shorter in the
nice.
Workforce.
Nice, a literal leg up.
Yes, so I do have a nippletism. It's nice.
Perfect. Well, there you go. New word for you for the day. I'm just kidding. You do great. You do fantastic work for all the behind the scenes stuff. I would love to see you back there again. It would be a lot of fun.
That's actually really nice you said that, because thank you. I'll take the endorsement from
you're going to have an interesting time setting that up, I think, though. I feel like it's going to be a whole different demographic back there than you're used to seeing.
What
when
do you
was
mean?
The last time you did that? 2017, 16?
Yeah, 17 or 18.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just mean there's not a lot of familiar faces back there.
Oh, yeah, it's just going to be starting from new.
Yeah, you're going to have to build a brand new rapport with a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Maybe I'll just cling to you and Fikowski, my old buddies.
Sure, I don't mind that. More media for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Will you tell them back there, like, hey, shit, no one would even know who Josh Bridges or Dan Bailey was if it wasn't for the behind the scenes. Don't fuck this up, people.
I'm gonna make sure I put a lot of pressure on them about it. And it's really all they're thinking about.
I'll have my buddy Colton Mertens back there.
Yeah. Colton, you can squeeze a few words out of Colton if you apply enough pressure.
Okay, between me and you, you think Colton's going to be top 20? You think Colton's going to make both cuts?
It kind of depends on what the first 2 days look like. Because he'll crush a couple Coliseum events probably, but the field events are never good for him because they're so much more dependent on size in general. So I don't know. I think he probably will still make both cuts.
Both cuts. Okay.
I think he probably still will make both cuts. But my guess is it would be maybe close on the second one. And then probably after the second cut, he'll trend upward. And that's why, I hope he makes both cuts, because if he just misses the second cut, my guess is the last 2 day events will probably be the ones that are fairly good for him. So he'll have at least a couple in the last 2 days that are very good for him. And so he would trend upward on the backstage of the competition if he's able to stay in. So I hope he does.
Go Colton. Look at Joe, Pat making Sevy nervous. He did make me nervous. You know what he did? He kind of grabbed me by my ankles and hung me out the window and then brought me back in and said, just kidding. I got you. I got you. Hey, yeah, I'm always gonna play nice with the new kids. Pool boy Pat is such a good dude. He's pretty good. He's top.
Thanks, guys.
Top tier. Hey, thanks for coming on the show. Always a pleasure.
No problem.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
excited to see you interact with all these young guys. It's not easy, man. It's a whole other world. It's a whole other language. I don't know how to
It's a different language now too. Oh shit.
I don't know how to talk to them kids. Just stay out of my way. I'm trying to show them pictures of my kid, and it's just like
they do not want to see your kid.
We can't relate, you
know. No.
Yeah, so I just stick with the dads now. It's like me and Brent and Cole and Sam and all those guys, and
yeah. Oh, Sam. Yeah, Sam.
I think they're pregnant again, actually. I think Sam's expecting his second.
Crazy. How about you? You are you doing that stuff? Are you doing baby making stuff? No. Okay.
Working on it.
Okay.
But
all right. I'll see you soon.
Hope so.
Yeah.
When do you get out there? When are you in Chicago?
You're a gem of a human. On the 31st, on Monday.
Okay, so right before. Nice.
Yeah. When do you get there?
I told you I'm a little bit early because I'm going with Michelle to do some training early.
Oh, that's right.
A little more humidity.
Okay.
But
all right, brother. Thank you.
All right.
I'll
Enjoy your day.
Soon. All right.
Say hi to your wife and kids for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Pat says hi. Sevan can talk to anyone. Bernie Gannon. The thing is, well, I don't even know. I'm not allowed to announce anything yet. So I'm just kind of like just going to Chicago. I'm not even doing anything. I did order some new camera batteries just in case though, and some new cards, and a shitload of hard drives. What day do you get there, Caleb?
The Thursday morning.
Oh, so there have already been competition when you get there.
Yeah, probably. So that same week I have to do my separation stuff, basically. So it's like mandatory for me to attend that before I get out.
Interesting. I'm gonna need if for some reason I were to go there, I'm gonna need someone there to manage my media. Before
Well,
you
I'll
get
be there
there
for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. What are you doing today?
Probably walk the dog, work out, clean the house. What about you?
I'm gonna it's still so you got a chill day.
Yeah, my wife's working, so I gotta pick up everything while she's
Do you have
gone.
anything fun you're gonna do, like go to a coffee shop and hang out?
No, usually on my days off I have to like catch up on everything. So I'm usually just working more.
Like domestic shit.
Yeah. I gotta order my books too.
Books for what?
I'm starting a master's program, so.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's stressful.
It'll be cool.
Sevan, what will be happening with the podcast when you're at the games? Oh no. Oh fuck. We haven't figured that out yet, right?
I think you had an idea.
All right.
If we can make it work.
A pool boy will host the podcast. Great. Very nice of you to offer.
Just sell his OnlyFans while I saw it.
Head of CEO security. Jeremy Eat World. I know. So if I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. Man, that would be crazy if Pat won the games.
It's looking good. Did that interview change your mind about your rankings?
No, I can't bet against Justin. I can't.
Fair enough.
Worst kept secret. Scott Schweitzer. Scott, I watched your video with Abigail Đukić. She comes on today. Đukić. I call her Donut so much I don't even know how to say her name. Oh, Suze, I found that phone. I had it already packed. I found the extra iPhone. All right. I'll see. And Abigail comes on tonight. Abigail Đukić comes on tonight, and we're off to the races, dude. Today was Lazar and Vellner were way easier. I was so stressed. So tonight we have Abigail Đukić at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then tomorrow, I assume Suze is going to pack tomorrow too, but I only see one person on. There's a guy who has a games, not the CrossFit Games. It's called the Enhanced Games, and he'll be coming on to talk to us tomorrow. That's like something that Hiller could compete in. And then On the 18th, we have Carolyn Lambre. That's Adler's coach. Manan Anganese, then Alex Gazan, and then Sahar Kai. Then on Wednesday, we have Rebecca Vidison and Braun Olenovic. Braun, let's just call him Braun. Bronislaw.
Olenkowitz.
And then on Thursday, we have Spencer Panchik, the Jelly Guy, Taylor and JR Programming, Arthur Semenoff, and Kelly Baker back to the show. Holy shit. Thursday's crazy. Friday, we got Ariel Lowen, and then the CrossFit Games update show. And this week on the update show is Taylor Self will be joining us with John Young and Tyler Watkins. Oh, that's going to be a fucking wild crew. That's a lot of opinionated motherfuckers. And then on Saturday, we have live call-in show. We don't have anything Saturday yet. Oh, shit. Next Sunday on the 23rd, a week from today, we will be releasing all of the CrossFit Games programming. J.R. Howe will be opening up his crystal ball and be telling us all of the programming for the 2023 CrossFit Games before even they know.
You think he just reads tea leaves for that?
Probably. I thought he had a crystal ball.
True.
We have Jake Douglas coming on. We have some guy, Mikhail Weslowski. That must be some European. We have Olivia Kerstetter. Oh, Kaike Cerveni scheduled. Emily Rolfe. I've never interviewed her. That should be fun. James Sprague's coming on. I'm telling you guys, it's packed. See Ariel Lowen. Did I already say that? Who else? Let me see. That's it. When's Laura? I mean, I invited Laura. I'd love to get Laura. I don't. Those are the kind of things. That's going to be the weird thing. Like, how about all the people like who just don't want to talk to me, but I'm going to be back there. So what do you do if like I'm following Alex Gazan into the corral, right? For those of you guys who don't know what the corral is, there's this right before the athletes go on so the athletes are hanging out in the warm-up area and the workout starts. And so there's a heat going on the floor. And then in the corral is the next heat that's going to go. And then behind them are the athletes in the warm-up area. So and then when the event's done, those athletes move out, the corral athletes go out onto the floor, and then the warm-up area athletes go into the corral. And it's like that. It's a cycle until the event is done. But there's going to be time. I mean, I'm very respectful and I'm cool as shit. And it's like, I'm not going to walk over and bug athletes who don't want to be bugged. Yeah. Like if Katrin's David's daughter doesn't want to talk to me, I'm going to leave her alone. But what do I do when I'm following the CrossFit 2023 CrossFit Games champion, Alex Gazan, in the corral, and she's meshed in between Katrin's daughter and Laura Horvat? So I just want to make it easy for everyone. I don't want to make it weird. It's always, wherever I go, it's weird because I'm fucking weird. I'm awkward as fuck. So got to try to mitigate the weirdness. If I'm back there. If I were
speaking.
If I were, yeah. I don't want to fuck with anyone's headspace, but that's kind of my job. That's what's so great about Vellner. He just kind of welcomes you into the circus between his ears. Eric in the Bridges was like that. Khalifa was like that. Eric Wise, Sevanistas are here for the ride. Thank you all for bringing the content. Thanks, dude. No, I wouldn't say it's confirmed. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just hypothetically. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's nothing. Did you watch that clip that someone sent us of me, you, and Souza?
The one of the hair?
Oh, is it talking about hair? I just see it in our text thread.
Yeah. I think that's what he's talking about.
I did get a haircut. Can you tell?
Yeah, I did. I noticed that like halfway through. Looks good.
Thank you.
Do you like it?
I went in there to get it all cut off, and the lady said she said, I can't cut your hair. I said, why? She said, you have fucking such nice hair. I can't do that. It's the second time I've gone into Supercuts and they said that. Sevan, shave your head. I know. Well, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll bring shavers with me and shave it there.
Supercuts usually just fucks you up. There's like
they do fuck you up. The lady yesterday it's kind of crazy because I live in the liberal hive, right? And the lady yesterday has 3 kids, and she was telling me how fucked up the school system was, and she said the word "fuck" like 30 times while she was cutting my hair. Never heard anyone say that. Like, she swore more than I did. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe, and I'm in the liberal hive. I can't believe she's attacking the school system. I thought, because like I guess the whole general mutilation thing pushed the liberals too far. Sevan is the biggest fish in the CF media game. There will never be a shortage of athletes trying to market themselves. Well, that's kind of the thing too. I don't know how to say this without being just a totally arrogant prick. I guess I don't care if I'm an arrogant prick, but it's going to be for the athletes. That whole thing back there when I'm back there is just kind of like it is all nepotism, right? I'm only going to film the athletes who want to be filmed if I'm back there doing the behind the scenes. I'm not going to bug people who don't. So people who are like open and nice and generous to me, which Katrin has been extremely open and nice and generous to me in the past when I did behind the scenes, their brand flourishes. Nothing bad happens. It's like coming on this show or being behind the scenes. I never do anything to make anyone look bad. Brooke Wells was always fucking amazing to me. I'm never doing it. So the best thing is that's why I'm having all these athletes on before I go to the games. If I did go to the games, so that they can get to know me and decide whether they want to fuck with me or not. But I believe in all of those people. I love all those people back there. I don't bring any of my I don't bring any baggage back there. I'm a fucking angel back there, believe it or not. And I want to glorify them, and I want to glorify the event, and I want to share with the world how great they all are and the hard work they put in. That's my goal back there, to show the drama, the intensity, to make it catch their vulnerable moments that would make them proud for the world to see. And but if they don't want to participate, I don't mind either. I'm not offended. Like I don't need 2023 CrossFit Games champ Laura Horvath to participate if she doesn't want to. But she should. I think she should. I think it's good for her. I think it'll be great. I think Colt Mertens will double his Instagram following because he'll participate in something like that if I were to do it. I don't know, Eric. I think he had like 19,000 Instagram followers when he started. Now he's got 80,000 or something. Anyway, I hope everything works out. I have my fingers crossed. I'm going to the boardwalk.
Sweet.
Yeah, today to the Santa Cruz Boardwalk where they filmed Lost Boys.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you know that movie?
I think I know it. I just haven't seen it.
Lost Boys bridge scene. Let me see if they have the. I'm gonna walk across this today with my kids. I mean, it won't be nighttime, but like in 30 minutes, I'll be over here. So let's see if they see that bridge right there.
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
I have seen this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I watched it because you suggested it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah. Oh, they're hanging underneath the. Yeah, so we'll park across the street from the boardwalk, and then you walk across this crazy bridge. It's too bad they don't have a shot of it during the day. And then there's a magic shop over there. Oh shit! Look at here's. Oh yeah, here it is. Shit, here we go. I can't believe this is an '80s movie. Oh, except that thing is full of water now. Crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, that's not the one. That's where they filmed that. No, I'm not. Wow, I was fucking wrong. That is not the bridge I'm going to. That was the boardwalk in the background. Oh, that is not the bridge I'm going to. That's like further away. That's like a couple miles away. Well, fuck, I was wrong. There's no. Oh, this is no. I got my shit all twisted. I am going to the bridge they filmed on. This guy's fucking a douche. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me see if I. Oh, fuck it. I don't care. Anyway, I'm going to the boardwalk. And there's a magic store there.
Let the kids pick up some tricks.
Blade Walker. Sevi will plus 5,000 anybody he interacts with at the games. Thank you. I don't even. Do I even? I only have. I need to interact with myself and put on 5,000 Instagram followers.
I saw you crack 10K.
I need to make a post thanking my followers. Thank you for getting me to 10K. Thank you. Horvath's prickly relationship with Sevi only enhances her. I know she's great. I hope it's just a joke. I hope it's that she doesn't. I can't tell if she. Part of like in my head, maybe it's just because I'm an egomaniac. It's just a joke that she doesn't like me. I can't like really actually believe someone doesn't like me. I know.
Can't believe it either.
It's fucked up. I live in a fucked up headspace. It's fun though. All right, Caleb, thank you. Are you on tonight, Caleb?
Yeah, I'll come on.
To see Abigail? All right. All right, Caleb and I will see you guys later on tonight. Thanks for everything. Lazar Đukić, thank you for coming on. Patrick Vellner and Caleb Beaver. Bye-bye.